you just said what you want, and the person that you with is not what you want. So why are you with this person? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Demi. I am your Muslim homegirl, and if you want to be homies with me, you would definitely hit that subscribe button because what? Homies support homies. First of all, if you are my longtime homies, I don't need y'all to start yelling about me about the little hiatus I took, because y'all been real loud in my DMs, like several, and I do mean several of y'all have DM'd me like, where's the new video? Where's that? It's right here. It's right here. It is right here. Okay, so if you're happy that I'm back on YouTube, hit that like button. Hit the like button. But anyways, we are all gathered here to talk about the hot mess that is Netflix's own The Ultimatum. If you're not familiar with the show, let me just break it down for you. So let's say I've been dating my longtime boyfriend. Let's call him Anthony, okay? Let's say me and Anthony been dating for like a year. Let's say 2 years. Let's say we've been dating for 2 years, okay? So me and Anthony's been dating for 2 years and I'm ready to get married. I need a ring on my finger. So I come up with a great idea to bring my man to this show called The Ultimatum. And in this show, there are other couples who, maybe it's the man that's ready to get married, but the woman is not ready. We all come to the show and basically we date each other. We all mix and mingle with each other's mans, with each other's girls, and we decide to date each other. So for 1 week, we're all dating each other. Then at the end of the week, we all make a decision as to who we want to go on a trial marriage with. And in this trial marriage, we'll be living together with a new spouse, and it'll just be us two. Us two for a whole week in an apartment. What could possibly go wrong? And if nothing goes wrong and everything is all copacetic, for the second week, me and my man, we're gonna get back together and we're gonna live together. And it's just gonna be us for the next week. Mind you, there's no phone, there's no friends. I don't know if there's friends or not. I don't know if you're able to leave the apartment. I can't remember. But I know that you're living with that trial person for 1 week, and then the next week you're living with your spouse for the next week. So after the 2 weeks, well, the 3 weeks, you come back to your partner like, all right, you ready to marry me now? Like, you saw what was out there. Are you ready to marry me now?
Hey, boo, hey. So actually, you're in the trial marriage for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, you have a new spouse, you do have your phones, and you meet each other's friends and family. So it's 3 weeks you're with the new trial partner, and then it's 3 weeks you're with your old trial partner, and then after the 6 weeks, you decide if you're going to marry that person.
If none of that sounds crazy to you, I need you to turn this video off immediately. Turn this video off immediately and check yourself into a mental institution, okay? Because this is a bizarre way to try to get your partner to marry you. You're basically giving them a hall pass for an entire week to go be with somebody else, to then come back to you to try to see if y'all want to get married or if they want to marry you. It don't make sense. Anyways, so let's get into these couples. So everything that I'm saying is going to be as I was watching it. If you see my eyes go over here for a second, that's because I do have some notes written down. I had to write it down as I was watching it because I didn't want to miss all the tea, honey, and the tea is hot. We in the first episode and the tea is hot. There's 10 episodes in this season, so I might do 10 videos for each episode. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. Maybe some episodes aren't as juicy as others, so maybe they can be combined. I don't know, but let's get into it, honeys. So we have 5 couples. 2 of them are black, and I just had to mention that because I'm always rooting for the home team. I'm always rooting for the home team. And let me just say, the 2 black women, before any words even came out their mouth, when I saw them, I said they are gorgeous. They are gorgeous. They are stunning, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like, okay, hair on fleek, makeup on fleek. They are gorgeous, okay? So the first couple we meet is Antonio and Roxanne. Let's just acknowledge how beautiful and stunning Roxanne is, okay? She came to slay. I'm like 80% sure she got her lips done, but they look so good on her. And her hair, she got that long, dark, thick hair. Girl, you wearing extensions? Because they look good as well.
Roxanne is so beautiful, but when I was looking for pictures of her, I went on her Instagram. She edited her picture so much. Like, I know Facetune is the most used app on her phone because the way she like super edited her pictures is crazy. I mean, she is very beautiful and she looked very pretty in the show, but she looks a lot younger or a lot smoother or tighter or that like plastic surgery look on Instagram, and she needs to cut it out. Cut it out.
Anyways, Antonio is the one who has given Roxanne the ultimatum. He just doesn't understand what's the holdup. Well, we learned a few things from Roxanne. She said she wants someone who works really hard and is ambitious, and she literally says out her mouth, and that's not Antonio. Girl, that's not Antonio. That's not the man you sitting next to. I believe she said this in front of him. Why are y'all wasting each other's time? Y'all been together for 2 years. You just said what you want, and the person that you with is not what you want. So why are you with this person? I feel like some people just stay together because they've been together so long. Like the whole premise of their relationship is that, oh, I can't leave them because we've been together for 5 years. And even though they're not 100% what I want, I can't leave them because it's gonna hurt them so much that if I leave them, okay, life goes on. People will get over it. Like, don't just stay with somebody because you're scared of hurting them. Live your life. Go get what you want. Like, stop playing with me. Actually, no, they've been together for 4 years. 4 years without a ring? Are you kidding me? That's too long. Y'all tell me in the comments, how long is too long to have been dating? Like for me, I think 2 years. 2 years is a long enough amount of time for me to decide if we're going to be married, especially if we're living together. Me personally, I will never, ever, ever, ever live with someone before I get married to them. But I know some people do it. And I feel like if you live with someone and you guys are dating, I feel like 2 years is definitely enough time for you to decide if you want to marry this person, because what's the holdup? Y'all already doing everything together anyways. But let me know in the comments, how long is too long for you to date someone without getting a ring? Like at one point, do you just be like, okay, let's move on? But yeah, he says he's ready to walk away if at the end of the experiment, she's not ready to marry him, which is interesting because Roxanne says she doesn't believe in marriage. That's not the type of person that she is. So I wondered if he knew that before he got with her, or did she become that as they were dating? Because it's just like, if you're not the type of person to get married and you start dating someone who wants to get married, why are y'all dating? Like, make it make sense. I don't know. Next, we're introduced to Lisa and Brian, a beautiful black couple, if I might say. Both of them are really attractive. Brian, I think he's attractive, but he has a nose that's kind of pointy. It kind of looks like an arrow. Like, I don't know. His nose is throwing me off, but anyways, I think he's attractive overall. So Lisa is the one who gave the ultimatum. She doesn't know what they're waiting for. Like, they already live together. They already do everything together. Their families love each other. Like, she's just like, okay, what's the holdup? And it's funny because when they were in the confessional, just Lisa and Brian, she said something like, I think at the end of this, he's gonna propose. And Brian made a face like, yeah, like he literally raised his eyebrows and everything. One of his eyebrows went up, like, you know, what The Rock be doing. I don't know. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but I don't know if he's wanting to marry her or wanting to propose her at the end of the experiment, but we gon' see. We gon' see, because this couple right here, this couple brings the drama, all right? So Brian says that the biggest thing for him right now is financial security, which I think is a pretty good reason to hold off on marriage, especially if he wants to take on the role of being the provider and paying for everything. I know Lisa mentioned that she makes well over 6 figures, but kudos to her. If you're with a man that wants to be a provider and wants to be the one that wants to handle all the bills, you making over 6 figures, that's not really going to impress him, because he wants to be making over 6 figures for himself. Like, he wants to be the breadwinner. So if you bragging about how much you make and he not making the same amount, he gonna be looking at you sideways like, okay, that's nice. So I think it's okay to have to lean on each other throughout the marriage, but when you get married, when you're starting off to get married, you want to start the marriage how you expect the marriage to be. He probably doesn't want Lisa to be paying all the bills at the start of the marriage, and then she's paying all the bills throughout the marriage, and it can feel emasculating for a man. So I can understand why he would want to hold off, probably to get his life together a little bit, because he wants to be that breadwinner man. They've been together for 2 years, and Lisa is getting pretty antsy because she's 31 and she wants to have kids, and she tells Brian, like, I want to get married before I have kids. Like, doesn't everybody want to get married before having kids? Like, nobody wants to be a baby mother. And that's basically what you are if you're not married. And
wait, because I have some extra information that was never mentioned in the show. So Lisa already has a 10-year-old. I don't know if it's a daughter or a son, but she has a 10-year-old, okay? And her and Brian were only dating for 2 years. So for 8 years, she was a baby mother. So it's no wonder why she's pressing him to get married, because she don't want to be a two-time baby mother. Like, she already been living the baby mama life. She don't want this to end in her being a baby mother again. And when they first started talking or whatever, they were just casually hooking up. They weren't like in a relationship type of thing. Like, she gave him an ultimatum before because she was like, okay, do you want to just be friends or you want to be together? And he chose being together. So I guess she thought by giving him the ultimatum this time, since she gave him an ultimatum last time, it would be in her favor. But I don't know.
And since she's 31, the clock is ticking for her. Like, women in their 30s, 40s, and even 50s. It's very hard to have children when you start getting up in age. So her biological clock is ticking. And it's not ticking for him because he's only 28. Not to say that that's super young, but as women age, the probability of them having kids shrinks once they get past their 30s. So they talking or whatever. And she says to him, I just feel like I could get married faster to somebody else than I can with you. Don't you know this man looked her dead in her eyes and told her to do what you gotta do? Huh?
What? I'm out, man.
If I was her, so I'm going to go find me somebody else, because if you love me, why are you suggesting that I go find somebody else to marry? Like, even if you're not trying to marry me within the time period that I'm comfortable with, why would you tell me to go marry somebody else? Boy, bye. Later on, we meet Ryan and James, who have been high school sweethearts since they were 16 years old. They're both 23 and 24 respectively, so they've been together for about 7 years. 7 years of dating is different for them just because they practically grew up together, and they probably still see each other as kids. They probably see themselves as, you know, still growing up, still maturing into themselves. But not Ryan. Ryan wants the ring. Ryan wants the ring, okay? They don't currently live together. Don't you know this man James gonna say, I don't think it's statistically possible to have one true love. What?
Huh?
These people say the wildest thing, especially the men. These men say the wildest thing. How you gonna look at me and say you don't believe one true love is statistically possible? Like, mind you, him and Ryan in the same room. Ryan sitting next to him laughing, looking stupid. Because what are we doing here if you don't think I'm your one true love? Like, girl, y'all been together 7 whole years. For this whole 7 years, have you known that he believed that it wasn't statistically possible for one true love? Because if you did, why would you stay with him for 7 years? Did you think that he was going to be a different person at 16 years old, then at 20 years old, then at 24 years old? Because he's the one who's 24, okay? She's basically wasting her goddamn time. Stop trying to convince people to believe what you believe. People are their own person, okay? And once they have certain beliefs, they're going to stand on those beliefs. They're not going to want what you want just because you want them. I mean, it's nice to kind of believe that you can have somebody believe what you believe, but no, stop trying to convince people to want what you want. Like, if you don't want you love, then stop trying to wait it out or see if you could change him. Like, stop doing it. Like, please, let's retire that theory. Like, let's cut it out. Aside from him not believing in one true love, he also say it's financial insecurities as well. Now, is it financial insecurities or is it because you don't believe in one true love? Like, I feel like waiting to have your finances together, it's a valid excuse, but don't try to just add that in there. Like, it's not really that because you don't believe in one true love, and you probably don't even believe in monogamy, and you probably don't even believe in marriage, like, as a whole. Like, don't try to sprinkle the financial stuff in there, just try to make it sound good. Y'all think it's really financial stuff? We gonna see as the season unravel, because I feel like he's just trying to sprinkle that in there.
The reason why I think that the financial issue is not the real issue here with Brian and with James is because the ultimatum, you're having a week of dating. You're having 3 weeks of dating a trial person, and then another 3 weeks of dating your spouse. That's only 7 weeks. Is your financial situation going to change in 7 weeks? Unless they paying y'all bank to be on this show, your financial situation is not going to change by the end of the show. So if the reason why you don't want to get married is because of financial issues, coming on the show is not going to solve that.
Moving on to another beautiful black couple, we have Trey and we have Raya. Raya to me is so freaking pretty. Like, in my mind, she looks like SZA, like, after the surgeries. And that's no shade to SZA. Every face she come out with is gonna be a banger. Okay? But in my mind, they look like each other. I don't know. Anyways, they've been dating for 2 whole years, and Trey is the one who gave the ultimatum. And they already live together, so I know he's just like, okay, we live together, what's the holdup? Especially since he's 28, which isn't necessarily old, but Raya is only 24. He talks about how his parents been married for 30 years and he wants what they have, but on the flip side, Raya mentions that she's never seen love successfully. So it does make sense why she would be skeptical to jump into, you know, a marriage if all she has seen is divorce. So they start talking about how Trey organized this whole romantic night. He had candles, he had music playing, he had the flowers and whatnot to surprise Raya. And Raya walks in and is just like, oh, that's nice. It doesn't look like the TikTok videos. It doesn't look like the TikTok videos. Hold up. Since you're so focused on TikTok, go find you somebody off of TikTok to give you what you want, because clearly it's not me. It's not me. It's not me. I did this whole grand gesture for you, and you look me dead in my face and tell me it's not like the TikTok videos? Are you dumb? Now it's the woman being dumb. Like, this is where she lost some points with me, because why would you say that to this man? Even if you felt like it wasn't grand enough, keep that in your head. Keep that in your head. Do not speak the words out loud to this man's face, because that would have been the end of me. You ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me, honey.
Woo, that'll do it. You don't have to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me.
Then she's sitting up there laughing, talking about some, oh, I must have hurt his little feelings because he's never done anything like that for me again. Duh! Why would I do anything like that for you again? You really hurt my feelings. And one thing about men, their feelings get hurt and then they would completely shut down. So you hurt his feelings and he's never doing anything like that for you again. Never, ever, 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 ever. He's never doing anything like that for you again. Shorty really sound mad ungrateful, and I don't know if it's true. I'm just gonna say allegedly, because I don't want Riot watching my video talking about something. I came for her character, but to me, that comment seems like she's like really into social media. She's like more in love with the aesthetic of a relationship rather than an actual relationship. Like, you know, some people just post for the aesthetic. Like, I feel like she's an aesthetic girly. Like, I don't know. Anyways, as far as marriage goes, she says she's not ready to get married because she doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. She doesn't know what she wants to do as far as her career. I think they mentioned that she works at Hooters, and you know, Hooters is not really a career. Or is it? I mean, you could probably work your way up the Hooters ladder, but I don't know. And she even mentions that she wonders if her soulmate is still out there. Which is, what? If we are dating, well, okay, generally speaking, you know, before I was Muslim, I knew about the dating game a little bit. You know, you talk to somebody for a while, and then you date them, and then you get married. So if you think your soulmate is still out there, why are you dating this man? Why have y'all made it past the talking phase, and why are you dating this man? If you don't date to marry, why are you dating? Like, you're just dating just to date? Like, so I guess if you're just dating and you don't want it to lead to marriage, then I guess you don't want kids and things like that, because why are you dating if it's not leading to marriage? And it's okay not to want marriage, but if you're a person that doesn't want a marriage, then don't date somebody who wants a marriage. Like, don't you see how y'all gonna be bumping heads constantly? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. As a Muslim, we're not even supposed to date. There's no dating. There's no dating. We basically have a talking phase where we go on a few sit downs, which are chaperone. They're like little dates, but it's a chaperone there, so it's not just us together. We have a few sit downs. I don't know what's the average amount, but we have some sit downs with the person, and then we decide if we're gonna, you know, move forward and get married or not. If I have the first sit down with somebody and he's not somebody that I see myself marrying, I'm not having further sit downs with him. Like, there's nothing more that you can tell me that will convince me that you would be a good husband to me. Like, I'm not wasting my time. So I know it's different for people that are not Muslim, but it's just like, y'all need to make sure that y'all are on the same page before you try to pursue certain relationships. Because anyways, Riot says that she was immediately drawn to Brian, which I'm so glad. I'm so happy she was drawn to him, because I want to keep the black dynamic, and it's not me being like prejudiced or anything like that. You know, we get enough of interracial stuff in advertisements. Like, every time I see an ad, it's always a interracial couple. Like, it's never like black love being promoted. So I'm glad she was drawn to Brian. We're gonna see if Brian was drawn to her, okay? I didn't find out that she was only 24 later on in the show. Like I said, I'm writing comments as I'm watching it just so I don't miss anything, okay? But yeah, we find out she's only 24, and I feel like it's okay to still wonder about the world, and it's okay to feel like you're not doing enough with your life, because I feel like from the age of like 18 to 25, you're legally an adult, but I still feel like you're a teenage adult. Like, you're still trying to figure out what you want to do with your adult life. It's not until you're like 26 where it really sets in, like, yo, I'm grown. I need to get my life together. Like, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. Like, when you're like 26, 27, 28, 29, I feel like you're less likely to play with your life. But at like 18 to 25-ish, maybe, you're basically a grown adult. You're still curious about the world. You still are like not taking life too seriously. So I feel like she's at a point in her life where it's okay. Maybe in 2 years, she could be ready for marriage. I don't know. We'll see. Raya and Trey are chatting, and she starts getting really emotional. She's like, well, what if I don't want to have kids? Would you be okay if I don't want to have kids? And it's just like, y'all been dating for 2 years. And this conversation is just happening. Like, is this conversation just happening? Because she's like full crying, tearing up, asking him, what if she don't want to have kids? And he wants kids. He probably wants the whole nuclear family, you know what I'm saying? But she's talking about something, what if she don't want kids? Would he be okay with that? Did you know his answer before y'all started dating for 2 years, before y'all moved in with each other? Like, I just don't understand it. How do y'all be with these people and not know for sure what they want? Even if, let's say, even if she didn't tell him that she don't want kids, as a man, you should know your woman. Does your woman mention having kids? Does your woman, when she plan the future, or is kids involved? Like, you should know what she wants. She doesn't have to directly tell you that she wants or not wants something if the communication is there. So if she's never mentioned kids and all this kind of stuff, why do you think she would even want kids? Like, why would you even stay with her if she's never mentioned having kids by you? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm being a little bit too hard, but I just feel like it's clear as day. But it might not be as clear when you're in the situation, and I do understand that. Aside from all of the kid situation, Trish should have asked her, so what would it take for you to be ready to be married to me? And this woman says, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know is more of an acceptable answer than nothing. Because if you say nothing, that means you're ready to marry this man. But by you saying you don't know, you're saying you don't know what you need from this man that will give you reassurance that he will be a good husband, that he will be a good husband for you. Are you serious? I feel like she's not a good communicator. Like, she's not a good communicator because this was your point. This was your chance, your one chance to now flip the script and give him an ultimatum. She could have been like, well, I need for you to be more affectionate. I need for you to plan more dates. I need for you to express yourself more. I need this, I need that, I need whatever she wants. But she didn't. She said, I don't know. So if you don't know what you need from this man, then this is probably not the man that you need. Simple as that. I don't know. Is that what y'all see? Because that's what's giving to me. I don't know. Last but not least, we have Kat and Alex. To me, they're boring. So maybe they are at least, but they're a very adventurous couple. They do a lot of adventure-y white people stuff. Kat's the one who issued the ultimatum, and Alex is just like, well, I really haven't had time to propose. You know, we're always on an adventure. We're always doing this and the third. I just haven't had the time. You could have proposed at any one of these, you know, adventures, because they be doing great stuff like hiking and snorkeling and swimming with the dolphins and whatnot. Any of these adventurous moments could have been a great time for you to propose. So don't give me that bull crap. Don't do it. And in regards to marriage, he says he's not sure about marriage because he's logical and practical. He never explains further as to what that means. Like, what does I'm not ready for marriage because I'm logical and practical? What does that mean to y'all? Tell me in the comments what that means to you. What does it mean when someone says, I can't marry you, or I'm not ready to marry you because I'm logical and practical? Because to me, it sounds like you don't want to be tied down to just one woman, okay? You want to be for the streets, okay? You know that it's not practical and logical for you to be with one woman. He don't want to marry you. He do not want to marry Kat. Like, he never explains what this logical and practical, like, he never explains what that means. The only thing that he did say was, it's hard for him to use his words to express himself. Boy, okay, so you know you're a bad communicator. You know that it's hard for you to communicate. I hear you saying all these words, but I don't hear you saying anything about how you're going to fix this. What's the solution to helping you express yourself? I don't hear any of these solutions. Like, you literally just told us that it's hard for you to communicate. You're a grown man. Like, I can understand if you were like young, like 18, 20, something like that, but you're a grown man. You need to go to therapy. You need to go to counseling. You need to figure out ways to help yourself communicate, because this woman wants a ring, okay? If you like it, put a ring on it. If you want to be a one-woman man, put a ring on it. Because right now it sounds like you don't want to be a one-woman man. It sounds like you want to date other people. You don't want to be tied down to a marriage, honey. That's just what it sounds like to me. What about you? So now we're at the end of the episode and it's starting to get real spicy, okay? So everybody's at a bar or a lounge, whatever you want to call it. Roxy, she opened up the conversation to say, how was everyone's day? What were your guys' best dates? And I just feel like that's super awkward. Why would you ask some people that? Like, Roxy, why would you ask some people that? Because you think your man is going to tell you who he had a great day with? You think your woman is gonna look at you and be like, yeah, I was feeling so-and-so, we really hit it off, he's so funny, he's so handsome, he's so this, that, and the third? Like, I can understand if the question was prompted by the host, because it's just like, okay, everybody go around the room and answer, but you asked it. Why would you ask that, girl? Whoever was the first person to answer, it's just like, oh, you feeling her? You feeling her? You feeling her? And guess who the first person to answer was? Raya talks about how she had a lot in common with Brian, and you can just see Lisa's blood boiling. Like, you can see her blood pressure rising. Like, get this woman some medical attention because she is boiling. If looks could kill, Lisa would have looked at Raya, she would have looked at Brian, and they both would have been dead. And she would have dragged her man's body back to their house. Lisa and Brian, they ended up talking on the side, and she's just like, what's up? I see you giving love eyes to Raya. Like, you really feeling her? And she starts telling him, like, I don't know why it's so hard. Like, I don't know why we have to go through all of this, like the whole experiment, just for you to know if you want to marry me or not, which I completely agree. Like I said from the beginning, from the jump, why do you guys have to go through all of this? Why does it have to take your man, your woman, dating someone else for them to see that they want to marry you? Like, I don't understand. I really just think it's all for TV. And I wonder how much they got paid per episode, because it's just like, you literally have to pay me to do this. I have to be paid immensely for me to have to do this. Because why would I let my partner get a hall pass? Because it's basically a hall pass. He's going to be living with a whole nother woman for a week. And two grown adults being trapped in an apartment together. Like I said, I don't know if they're trapped or not. I don't know if they get to explore the world or not. If they meet each other's families. I can't remember how the first season went. But, you know, some sexual tension might unfold, especially since they're sleeping in the same bed. You want me to be okay with my man that I want to marry sleep in the same bed so that he can come back to me and tell me that he wants to marry me? I don't know. They don't even have their phone, so I can't even text him and check up on him and keep me fresh in his mind. So I don't know. This is just all a bit too much. So I completely understand where Lisa is coming from, okay? I just feel like if someone wants to marry you, they would marry you. If they don't want to marry you, then they won't marry you. Like, stop making it complicated. You can come up with all the excuses on why someone wants to marry you but doesn't. But at the end of the day, if you want to marry someone, if you want to be with somebody, you would be with them. You would move mountains, you would cross oceans to be with them. If not, then you don't. Like, it's okay. Walk away. Like, stop dragging it out. Anyway, back to Lisa. She goes on to say, oh, I just can't stand the thought of being with another woman. Ma'am, you brought him to the show. You brought your man to this show. Stop saying... Lisa is like, I don't know, she kind of get on my nerves a little bit, because it's just like, you brought him to the show. If you didn't want another woman looking at him, touching him, doing nothing with him, you should have never brought him here. Elsewhere, Alex and Roxanne have been getting cozy. They had a date earlier, and now they're having another date now. And he's basically telling her that we'll plan our dates around the time you have available. Because Roxanne is a boss lady, okay? She got a lot going on. She want to make the money. She's an entrepreneur. She a six-figure girl, okay? She lives a busy lifestyle. So everything that Alex is saying is literally music to her ears, because this is what she wants from her partner, Antonio. Now, back to the drama, okay? Leave it to Black people to make the show drama-ish. Like, so... Raya and Brian end up sneaking off. I mean, they're not sneaking off. They're like, you know, getting to know each other. Just like, you know, Alex and Roxanne was getting to know each other. They go to the side, start, you know, chatting it up or whatever. And Lisa, she about to walk over there. But Roxanne stops her. And Roxanne's just like, breathe, chill out, mellow, woosah. Like, why would you even walk over there anyways? Like, we're on a show. We're all on the show for the same reason. Like, whatever they're talking about, they're probably talking about, you know, getting to know each other. But, yeah, Lisa is pissed. So she tells Roxy, oh, because I don't think she loves her man, and I'm about to walk over there to see what's going on. It's interesting to me that Lisa says that, because we never see Lisa and Raya interact. We never see them talking about their relationship. We never see them, like, having, like, a cordial conversation. I don't know where Lisa got this idea that Raya doesn't love her man. Maybe she felt like Raya was too excited to talk to other people, especially her man, so maybe she felt that way. Or do you think Lisa was kind of intimidated by Raya because she was seeing that Brian was kind of feeling her too? I don't know. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know why you think that Lisa thought that Raya didn't love her man, because I didn't get any indication of that so far. Anyway, so Lisa walks her narrow behind over there to see what Raya and Brian are talking about. She walks over there like, what's up? What's going on? What y'all talking about? And she asks Raya, are you liking Brian more? Raya is just like, well, I think he's really cool. I haven't had a chance to go on a lot of dates. I've only had 2 days, but I've been talking to him and I think he's really nice. And Lisa is just like, oh, well, I think you like him more and that's bothering me. Like, huh? Like I said, Lisa, you brought him here. Did you not know what the ultimatum was? Like, why are you getting so upset that your man is talking to other women? You literally signed a contract to be on the show. Like, I don't understand her logic here. Like, I understand you could be jealous of your partner, talk to someone else, things like that. But I feel like her jealousy is a little bit too extreme, because it's just like, why are you interrupting their conversation? Alex and Roxy, they was able to have their conversation. None of their partners jumped in, but here she go, being an angry black woman that white people think black people are. First of all, we don't even gotta care about white people's opinions of us, but it's just like, why, Lisa? Why? I was rooting for you. We was all rooting for you.
Rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
And in Raya's offense, like she said, she only had 2 dates. So if I was on a show and I only had 2 dates and I connected with one of them, my energy would be focused on connecting more with that one person. I wouldn't be like trying to seek out other people to talk to, because it's like, okay, I already made a connection here. I don't need to talk to other people to see what could be. It's just like, okay, I'm connecting with you. Let's talk to you. That's it. Like, doesn't that make sense? But I guess it don't make sense to Lisa, because Lisa is just like, well, you need to go talk to your man. She straight up tells Raya, you need to go talk to your own man and not mine. Once again, are we not on the same show? Girl, I already know my man. I'm trying to get to know yours. Like, be so for real. Anyways, Raya, she doesn't go back and forth with Lisa. She's like very graceful about the whole experience. So I don't think she's a mean girl, but Lisa is definitely coming across as a mean girl. Anyways, Lisa and Brian, they're back together talking again. Brian's just like, I don't like how you interrupted my conversation. I haven't interrupted any of your conversations. And she's just like, I don't give a F. Does it look like I give a F? I don't give a F.
I don't give a F. Do I look like I give a F? Because I don't.
She tells the same thing to Brian as she told to Roxy. I don't think she's here for the right reasons. I don't think she loves her man. Basically saying she just think that Raya is just here to steal her man and leave happily ever after. Like, that's what's going on in Lisa's mind right now. But yeah, they ended up getting into it. She started getting real hot. She ended up like mushing him all in his face in front of everybody. Like, in front of everybody. Like, not just privately. She mushes him in front of everybody, okay? And had that been a man mushing a woman, all HE double hockey sticks would have broke loose, okay? Do not put your hands on your partner. We do not support domestic violence here. Do not go touching your partners, okay? Don't hit them, don't mush them, don't slap them. Don't do none of that. Be good. And that has been the recap of The Ultimatum Season 2, Episode 1. So, let me know in the comments. Do you think Lisa and Brian are going to make it through this relationship? Because I can't see Lisa allowing Brian to live with another woman for an entire week. I feel like she's going to be banging on their door constantly. She going to be escaping her own situation and banging on their door, trying to see what's going on. She's probably going to set up surveillance cameras in their apartment. Like, she's going to be on it. And do you think Raya really loved her man? Or she just came for this show for a good time and a long time? Like, do you think that because she's so young, she still has a wandering eye and she just came here for the play? Let me know in the comments, honey. And let me know your thoughts about any of the other couples. Like, do you think Antonio and Roxanne are going to stay together? Because they seem like polar opposites. Like, she really don't seem like the type of woman that wants a man to take care of her. But Antonio seems hell-bent on taking care of her. So, I don't know. Make sure you guys like this video if you like this type of content. I need to know what you guys like. Do you guys like these commentary videos or not? You do. So hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. Join the community, okay? We're almost at 2,000 homies. Climb aboard the bandwagon. Let's go. Come on now. Hit that subscribe button. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.